Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our WBE onboarding webinar. My name is Catherine Macon, and I am the Marketing and Communications Manager here at WeBank ORV. We have some familiar faces on the call, so welcome. Welcome to you both for joining us today. Today's session, we're going to go over a few topics as it pertains to your WeBank certification. Number one will be the overview of the WeBank organization. Two will be about WeBank, what we are, and what our network entails. And then part three will be our core, which stands for certification, opportunities, resources, and engagement. And feel free to ask questions at any point during this webinar. You can drop them in the chat or come off mute and ask your questions. We can make this as interactive as possible. So beginning, we're going to go over our overview and a mission for WeBank, which stands for the Women's Business Enterprise National Council. I'm sure you are getting very familiar with that acronym as of now, but the mission of WeBank is to fuel economic growth globally through access to opportunities by identifying, certifying, and facilitating development of women-owned businesses. And about that core platform, as I mentioned earlier, certification, opportunities, resources, and engagement. That's what we're all about. We want to certify women-owned businesses so that they are having access to these opportunities. We provide them with resources such as business development opportunities. We also have different committees that put on events. So that's another opportunity to take advantage of resources. And we have resource partners that we collaborate with. We were housed under the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio. We recently separated from them, but we still have that strong relationship with the Small Business Association, as well as the Economic Empowerment Center. So if you ever needed business coaching or wanted to get connected with their resources, we can connect you with them free of charge. And then also engagement. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of different committees under WeBank as a whole, the national organization, but also WeBank ORV, our regional organization. So that's a great way to get engaged. And also, very simple, showing up to events. If you're not ready to join a committee, just showing up to our events is another great way to get engaged. So taking a look at the numbers, WeBank, we have over 18,000 certified WBEs within our network across the country, which is amazing. And that number continues to grow. So we have a great network that you all can take advantage of. We have over 400 corporate members and then 14 regional partner organizations, which you'll hear us refer to them as RPOs a lot. But that's what it stands for, just the different subsets across the country, and WeBank ORV, we're one of 14 RPOs across the nation, and then one larger organization, which is WeBank. So again, about our network, you all are WeBank certified now, so you are WBEs, so congratulations and welcome. We also have a WOSB certification that you can get through us. That is on the government side. So if you're solely interested or think you have a dual interest in corporates and governments, having that WOSB certification is helpful as well. And you can get that free of charge. I'm not sure if you all added that to your application.
Yeah, I did.
You did? Awesome. So
Have it. Mm-hmm.
awesome. So you can take advantage of both certifications. And then touching on our 14 RPOs or regional partner organizations, as I mentioned earlier, this is just a snapshot of the different orgs that are under WeBank. So our ORV covering Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia. We've got Midwest, the South, Pacific on the West Coast. We're all over the country. And the great thing about being certified, you're not just limited to your region. You can go to events at all different RPO that all of the different RPOs put on. You're welcome to join their events and network with those ladies as well. So a little bit about our brand, WeBank Link 2.0. That is, you've probably heard it a lot going through our webinars recently, but that is our platform that once you're certified, once you're in our network, you have access to this platform. You can go in. We do encourage you to look at the different brand guidelines so you're using our logos and seals properly on your marketing materials. And then we have two different seals to choose from. The certified WeBank one right here, that one is more so if you're providing a service for people, such as maybe you're in marketing or you do event planning or you're a consulting firm, you might want to add that to your website or your business cards or even your email blasts or also proposals when you're going for RFPs, you can add that there. It's just a nice added touch to put into your marketing. And then the women-owned seal, you'll mostly see that on retail products. I've actually seen it in stores myself. In Target or in Walmart, or even Kroger's, on the back of some products, they will have that women-owned seal just to, again, another notation that they've been properly vetted, gone through the steps to become women-owned certified, and it adds a level of trust to their consumers that they know this is a legitimate women-owned business, and I would like to work with them. So you can find all of, uh-huh,
Quick question. So
absolutely.
where I'm in my platform now, where do I find the brand guideline?
Yes, great question. I do, hold on one second. So I actually had that pulled up. One second. Sorry, it's a pause on my end. Okay, so when you're in WeBank Link 2.0, are you seeing a tools section?
Mm, Tools. No, I
Uh,
see.
Uh-oh, you cut out. What did you see?
Lucretia,
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
now
Now
we
we can.
I'm sorry. I said no, I don't see that. When I'm in my portal, on the left-hand side, I
Mm,
see home, view, search, message settings, help and support, and log off.
So there's not even a tools section for you because
No.
it would be under tools and branding and media. Let me check in on that. Maybe they made some updates recently that I'm not aware of. Um, okay, I'm gonna write that down. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me know that because I'm sure you're not the only one having that issue finding them.
Yeah. And maybe when we're done, when you're stop recording, I can share my screen and show you my platform and you can kind of like, oh no, go here, or hey, there is an issue.
Right, right. Sounds good. So once we do get everybody set up properly and we bank link, then you all will be able to find the brand guidelines because there are specific ways that you're supposed to even type out that you're WeBank certified. There's do's and don'ts, and we'll get into that on the next slide as well, and then
Okay.
the different logos. So the seal, as we were mentioning earlier, just kind of goes over this is more for business to business, the certified WeBank Women's Business Enterprise seal, and then the women owned is more so for consumer facing products. It really does help if you are um, thinking about adding retail services to your organization. Having that logo actually does give you a leg up going through that process to get in the stores. So think something to think about for the future, possibly. And now for the do's and don'ts. So on the left-hand side, you should refer to WeBank, singular, not plural, and then WeBank certified. It is important to notate this. It takes a minute, honestly, just from my experience, because you just want to say WeBank space certified and not think about capitalizing or adding that dash, but those two things are very important. WeBank certification, again, will be two capital capital C there, and then WBE seal instead of WBE logo. So it's a seal, not a logo. And then the women owned logo for the retail products. That one is a logo. And then refer to the business as certified, not the owner. That is something that even within the organization, we'll just do it without even thinking. It was like, oh yeah, they're a WBE, but it is the business. That's a WBE, not the person. So just keeping that in mind. So for certification, as we mentioned earlier, WeBank Link 2.0, that is a database that gives you access to our WBEs, our corporate and our government members. So once you are certified, you get access there. You can do searches, see who else is in the organization on the national level, and make some connections that way. And then also for WeBank certified with the seal and then the WOSB certification, that seal as well. As you know, and you got both already, we provide both certifications. So recertification, now that you're certified, you don't have to go through that long process that you did this year, which is great. If you choose to recertify your business, it is a much quicker process, but we do ask that you plan ahead because you don't want your certification to expire. Because once it expires, you won't have to go through a super long process that you did the first time, but it will be longer than it could be if you don't let your time lapse. So you're automatically notified 120 days before your certification expires. And it's very important to submit no less than 30 to 60 days before your expiration date. And when you became certified the first time, you had to do a site visit. Now for recertification, you don't have to do that every year, just every 3 years. And like I said, it's a much quicker process. All right, so now on for the regional level, which is WeBank ORV, the organization you got your certification through. Um, we, as I mentioned earlier, we just separated from the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio. We were a part of their business development and entrepreneurship team, and with that included the Small Business Association and the Economic Empowerment Center. Um, WeBank ORV, we have over 1,000 certified WBEs and over 70 corporate members within our region alone. And that number is actually growing rapidly. So we're getting closer and closer to 1,100 certified WBEs and closer to 85 corporate members. And our mission is to lead through innovative, collaborative, and engaged group of corporates, government entities, WBEs, and advocates. And we are the catalyst for growth and sustainability by adding more corporate partners and WBEs in the Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia region. And our vision is to be the premier resource for women-owned business development. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of opportunities where we do provide that business development. So we want you all to be able to go after these bids, and then we want you all to not only go after them, but succeed when you do get them. So a little bit about our opportunities. There are plenty of opportunities on the national and on the regional levels. So honestly, there's a plethora of things that you all can attend and to get your name out there and to make those connections very soon, actually. So WeBank events, they have signature events every year, which are focused on development, growth, and success for women-owned businesses. They have great speakers, educational programming, networking opportunities, matchmaking opportunities, and the events attract thousands of WBEs, corporate members, and other business leaders across the country. This year, their WeBank National Conference is going to be in March. It's going to be in Denver, Colorado. So not sure if you all are planning to attend, but I highly recommend attending WeBank National at some point because it is, I think it's a great way to really take in and really understand what WeBank is all about. Great energy as well, and a lot of touch points to get your name out there and make connections. And then
I'll be
WeBank,
there.
you will?
Yep,
You'll be
I'm
there?
registered. Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. And then WeBank program. So they offer different business development programs and also professional development programs as well. So there's We Thrive, there's different industry specific programs, so people in sustainability. There's a tuck program for executives. There is pitch competition as well, which really takes place over the whole year. You have regional pitch opportunities, then you can go all the way to national. And we actually had two people from our RPO represent us in the national pitch competition, and one of them ended up winning one of the prizes. So great opportunities. They also have executive education programs as well that you all can take advantage of, and be on the lookout because they do provide scholarships. So you can get nominated for them, you can apply yourself, and you can also apply for the different scholarships that they offer. And this is just a bigger snapshot of the opportunities I touched on. So as you can see, the executive education, lots of opportunities there, a lot of networking and engagement opportunities. So if you are, well, you are event planning, but if you did decide to go into retail, you could join Women in Retail. There's Women of Color, which is a great committee. And they put on some great programming. They actually just had an event this week, and we'll be doing more as well. They have Women in Pride, and then they have Next Gen for the next generation of women-owned businesses. And then the pitch opportunities, the WeBank Pitch is that basically year-long pitch program, and then the accelerator will be for college age women-owned businesses. So you all are open to take advantage of any of these opportunities that you see listed on the WeBank side. So opportunities on the regional level, we also provide business development and executive coaching opportunities as well as signature events. So Lucretia, I remember you from Catch the Wave last year
Yep.
in Columbus. Yep, and that is our signature conference that we do every year. This year it's going to be in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Yeah, and that should be another great experience. People describe our Catch the Wave conference as a magical experience. And honestly, I think it's pretty accurate. It's a lot of high energy there. And that's what I most enjoy about it. High energy, great opportunity to network, training. We have different workshops, um, access to our WBEs and corporates within the RPO. We have awards banquet, our Trailblazer Award dinner, and then we also have a keynote luncheon. We had a couple of luncheons this year, and it was our first year we did our He's for She's luncheon to really see the men that are advocates for women-owned businesses. And then everybody loves Meet the Buyer. We have Meet the Buyer on the last day, and that is an opportunity to meet with our corporate members and make those connections and hopefully land a contract with them. You might not land it at the event, but you might get a second meeting or an opportunity to meet again that could lead to a contract. And then we have our ORV BDP program, which stands for the Ohio River Valley Business Development Program, which is a comprehensive 7-month business development program for women business owners who are building sustainable and scalable companies. So this program is modeled after the Kaufman Fast Track Growth Venture, and it's hosted with different corporations within our RPO. So we've collaborated with P&G, Bath and Body Works, Marathon, Fifth Third Bank, and last year we did it through Victoria's Secret. So it is a highly selective program. We take 10 participants maximum for each class. So you will have you'll be in an intimate setting. You can get that one-on-one type of time with your instructors and really build a bond with the other people in your program. It's not limited to women only. It is for women-owned businesses, and there are quite a few businesses within our RPO that employ men employees. So some may go through the program as well, but it is a really great program for everybody. And you build not only skills to help yourself and your business, but you also build a bond with your other cohort members.
How competitive is that, Catherine?
The BDP program,
Yeah.
it is very competitive. So the requirements is you must be 2 years in business, at least 2 years in business, and bring in at least 500,000 in annual revenue. We have made exceptions in the past if you're not quite at 500,000, and I will tell you that those who weren't at that mark before joining the program exceeded
Mhm.
that mark after joining the program.
Yeah,
Um,
I was interested. Of course, I know Kristen, a couple of my
mhm.
supporters, Kristen and Dr. Pamela Ellis was part of the program, and they raved about it. When I saw the criteria, though, I'm like, well, I'm not near 500,000, but it would be something I will be interested in. So I was wondering if it was like, no, it's a strong cutoff, it's competitive. Um, so I didn't know, that part.
Yeah, it is very competitive, but we have made exceptions in the past, and those people have gone on to flourish, really. But also, we are in the middle of restructuring that. We're still going to have BDP, but we might move to a every other year format instead of every year. We're still working on that internally, but
Okay.
it is something that we will continue. So, if maybe not this year, next year for sure.
Okay.
Mhm. And then for our resources, mentioned earlier, WeBank Link 2.0, the different seal you can use to set your business apart. We have Act Intentionally, which is a campaign to support corporations that support women-owned businesses. We have Women Who Own It, which is a podcast from our national organization. And then, of course, the WeBank calendar. So if you're not on the WeBank website, definitely take advantage of that, check and see what events they have going on, what programs they have going on, that you can join. And also, like I said earlier, you can go to any event. It doesn't matter which RPO. And most of the RPOs put their events on the national calendar so you can see what they have going on too.
Okay.
And on our regional level, we have a link tree. So if you would like to scan the QR code, you can. It would take you to our link tree, which will give you access to our website, all of our social media platforms. You can join our mailing list there if you're not already on our mailing list. And then we have some upcoming events that are highlighted on our link tree as well, that where you can go ahead and get registered, and also our website. So make sure you check out our events and programs pages to see what we have going on, and then subscribe to our newsletter and mailing list. I do our monthly newsletter, so it is also an opportunity where we let you know about upcoming events and programs and bids that are going on, but it's also a time to highlight our WBE. So if you or your business gets an award or you all do something amazing, send that to me and I can put it in our newsletter as a success story because we also want to highlight you all and show all the great things you all are doing.
Okay. So here's a question. So for instance, I was selected to be a part of the We Ignite program.
Hmm.
I'm assuming you all will get that list of those from WeBank or who was a part of that. Would you need me to say, hey, I was accepted so that y'all know and can put it in the newsletter? Or is it like yeah, we already know that?
Actually, I didn't know. I don't get the list from National. Lanice might get the list, especially if it's a RPO, somebody from our RPO in there. But if you could send that to me, I can add it in next month's newsletter.
Yeah, drop your email in the chat, Catherine.
Of course.
I can
One
do
second.
that. Um, my virtual assistant actually created a graphic for me. We're going to be posting next week. Showing that I was selected. So we're going to be marketing that. Okay, let me send it. I'll send a congratulations letter to you.
Yeah, send me anything you want highlighted. We have a success story section for our WBEs, but I asked if your write-up is about 250 words or less, because sometimes we have a lot of success stories, which is great, and just want to get a good snapshot of what it was. And then if there's an article or a press release talking more about it, you can send me that, and I can link it in the newsletter as well.
Oh, okay. So for instance, we assisted Victoria's Secret with their event. We helped plan and design it in New York in
Hmm.
November, and they
Okay.
did a press release about it. So
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so what? Okay, so that I'm clear, we of course they send us the press release. We have it. Do I just send you the press release and say, "Hey, Catherine, here's a press release from the event that we did for Victoria's Secret," or do you need me to write up something?
You can send me the press release. That's
Okay,
enough. And I
okay,
can, if it's too long, I can shorten, shorten it and put it in there. Or if it's on a website, I can link the article
okay.
in the newsletter. I actually did do a success story on that event, for the January newsletter, but I didn't know your company, was the event planner for it. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like a really nice event. So congratulations. Okay, so more on engagement. Certification, now that you're certified, it really is like a gold pass. So, like I said, you can attend any event you want to within our network, which is amazing. So, you get access to a lot of benefits and opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise. But it also doesn't guarantee contracts. So, it might get you in the door, but then you still have to do the work to get those contracts. And we are here to help you, but we cannot guarantee that you'll get any contract. So you can get involved to help do that work. Once you're in the door, getting involved is a great way to put your name out there. And like I stated earlier, you can simply start by attending events. You might not be ready to join committees yet, you might be, but if you're not, you can start coming to the events, get to know people within our RPO and
Mm-hmm.
build those bonds there because we also want you all to collaborate together. We definitely want you to get those corporate and government contracts, but we do want you all to work together as well. I think there's power in that. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of corporate organizations have different programs. So they might have a supplier, but they might require that their supplier also work with diverse suppliers, which is a tier two. So you could start out as a tier two supplier and then move up to being a tier one at another organization or at that same org. So just different ways to leverage that certification that you have. But again, sitting at different tables. So you came to our Catch the Wave conference last year. I'm sure you got an opportunity to meet a lot of people that way. And again, a simple way is just sitting at a table where you don't know anybody, making those connections, attending our virtual events, and being engaged and involved in the discussions. Like I said earlier, don't just focus on corporates. That's wonderful, but also focus on the other WBEs in the org that you can connect with. And then apply for those programs that I mentioned earlier and volunteer, or you could sponsor events as well. You all are event planning, we put on events, so there could be an opportunity there for you to collaborate with Webeck ORV, which is a great opportunity to get your name out there. Or you could sponsor in one of the events that we have. You could join committees. There are so many ways to get involved with ORV. Do you all have any questions about that?
Um, no, no. I watch the calendar. I do attend a lot of webinars that you all host.
Okay.
And I already, like I said, I'll be at the national conference. I'm registered for that. And I put in, I penciled in my calendar the August 20, the 6th to the 28th for
Yep.
Catch the Wave.
Yep.
So my plan is to do more networking this year. I'm coming to this webinar because I do want to learn how to maximize my WBE because I'm also NBE certified as well, and I have the
Okay.
WSLB, but I've never really been taught really how to maximize my certification.
Okay.
So I am really excited about the Week Night program to learn, grow, and make some new connections there, conference and all those things. But I really want to get my business out there in front of these corporations and other WBEs who would potentially need our services.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we definitely have opportunities for that. I know on one of the next slides, I'm going to talk about our WeBank forum, which is another great opportunity. Even if you're not on the forum, connecting with our forum meetup members is very helpful. Oh, yep, here we go. The forum. So Women's Enterprise Forum. So they really are the voice of the WBEs in the WeBank network. And we have quite a few forum members in our region alone. We have upwards of 10 on our team are on the team from our RPO, which is wonderful. And some of those WeBank Forum members are not only representing ORV, but they hold seats, board seats on the national organization. I know Kelly Kolar, she is a Cincinnati WBE, and she's
Mhm.
on the forum, but she also holds a national seat on the forum as well. So great person to connect with. Tina Macon is on the forum, and she holds a board seat now for WeBank, the national organization. So connecting with those women, even if you're not interested in getting on the forum, connecting with them is invaluable. Also, Barb Smith is on the forum, and she won our pitch competition at Catch the Wave, but she also won at National this past year. So these women are very visible within the org and great people to get advice from, collaborate with, and connect with. So step one, if you are interested in getting on the forum, I would say joining a committee on the regional level is going to be helpful. That will help get your name out there on the regional level. And then step two, you'll get nominated for the forum. And we do nominations every 2 years, and that nomination will come from our executive director. So getting on a committee, putting your name out there, doing some great work there, we'll see that. We'll definitely see that. And then our executive director will do a recommendation for you to go on the forum. And then you will get appointed to the forum from the national level, and you'll be there. And then you're able to join those forum events, and they have different subset teams that you can get involved with as well. And then lastly, after you serve on the forum for at least 2 years, you can self-nominate yourself for a leadership position. And those are those national level positions I was talking about. So if that is of interest to you, there's certainly a path to get there, and we're here to help you get there. But the forum also has events that you can attend. Anybody can attend the forum events. They have different, well, we had them last year. We call them the Forum Connect, but national level has forum conversations, and you're able to join those whether you're part of the forum or not, and talk to them and hear what's going on with the organization and ask questions and really learn what's going on the national level. And then other engagement opportunities, the WBE STARS program,
Mhm.
um, we nominate them from our region. So Lenice, our executive director, will nominate someone to be a WBE star every year. Last year, our star was Angela Horn of MediaScript out in Columbus, Ohio. This year, we haven't announced our star yet. I know who it is, but be on the lookout for our announcement. It will come this month. But the stars are exemplary women who have shown tremendous business acumen and leadership skills. They step into the spotlight each year to receive this premier award for excellence among women business enterprises. And there are 14 stars to represent the 14 RPOs each year, and they get recognized at the national conference. And they also are recognized throughout the year, but they really have their moment and get the honor at the national conference, and can kind of think of it as like an ambassador for our organization throughout the year. And then we have the America's Top Corporations from WeBank, and this is an annual list of America's top corporates that WeBank puts out every year. And a lot of our corporate members have been on the list and stay on the list every year. So that's great to know, that our corporate members don't just talk the talk, they really put the action behind it. And that I think that's comforting to know that they're truly advocates for you all.
Mhm.
And then the legacy of leaders. That's a group of corporate members and WBEs who serve in an advisory capacity to WeBank, and they've held different leadership roles throughout the network. So kind of like well, it is a legacy position, but I would say kind of like an emeritus type of position. They've done the work, they've held the positions, and now they're in this group. So any questions about that?
Nope. I'm good
Okay,
there.
awesome. And more so on the engagement side for the regional level, as I've mentioned time and time again, we have different committees. So ways to get involved. We have our certification committee, which helps out with site visits and helps get the new businesses through the certification process. We have a communications and marketing committee, which is my committee. We have corporate engagement. We have events and programming, which is the programming committee overseeing and coming up with different programs for our organization throughout the year. And then our steering committee, which is really like the board of directors for the organization. So lots and lots of ways to get involved and great people to get connected with on each committee. And a lot of people are in other committees. There's overlap there. So they might be on the steering committee, but they also might be on the events and programming committee or the corporate engagement committee. So again, lots of overlap, lots of great people to connect with. And then our Trailblazer Award, we put out that honor every year at Catch the Wave. This past year, our trailblazer was Dr. Lisa Hinkleman. She's out of Columbus. She owns a nonprofit. And the year before that, our trailblazer was Miss Alice Houston out of Louisville, Kentucky. Her business is a WeBank certified organization. So that is really like a lifetime achievement award. That's the best way to put it. These people have um, broken down doors, set standards for in their respective industries, but also in their community. And then the WeBank Forum, as I mentioned earlier, is a selected group of WeBank certified WBEs who are nominated by their RPO and appointed by WeBank. And those forum members serve on business focused teams where they share their expertise and knowledge with each other and also with the RPO in general. And then the WeBank Star 14 each year are given the honor to represent all the RPOs. And then it really illustrates the country's vital ability to build successful businesses, women's strategic vision, business acumen, and sheer talent combined to meet their corporate clients' complex needs and propel the economy forward. And also, I will add community as well. These women not only are doing great things in their business, but they're also using their resources and their success to help build up their community. And that is everything.